Yo, what is up, guys? Hi, guys, have another day so far. So, back on F122, as you can see, doing another multiplayer race this time around. So, I have done it 2 days ago, so make sure you check that out before we see all the others. And also, you can watch it after this, later on, wherever, doesn't matter. So, we're doing a race at Sandford because I thought, give it a Sandford a go, another try. So, I thought I'd do a 25% race for today's video. So I got an okay start. Just trying to be careful at turn 1. And I got tangled. Once again. So yeah. Can't catch a break when I get tangled. Can't even catch a break. So lucky I got no damage. So at least I can continue. And thank God it's not a 3-lap sprint. So if it was, I would have thinking, what am I going to do from there? Yeah, so not a good start, but luckily I got to 18th, so getting 2 places at turn 1 there. Coming towards the middle sector now. Just trying to be careful, but one guy got spun, and then one guy is on the beach in the Mercedes, or Haas, I'm not sure. I think it was a Haas, so my apologies there. Coming towards the 3rd sector now. In 16th place at the moment, time I got to turn 12. And then coming towards the last 2 corners, just trying to, I hit the curb here, almost caught there, but luckily I managed to save it, so luckily I didn't get more damage for that. So yeah, so first lap is not going the way I wanted, so luckily it's only for 25%, so still got recovering to do from there. So I'm not giving up from there. So I'm just trying my best anyway, just trying to get a good result for me. So yeah, well, I'm using the Ferrari Liberty today, so I thought I'd give it something a little bit different, and it turns out just trying to give it a try. And it doesn't look too bad when I'm on my point of view. So yeah, so I thought I'd give it a go anyway. So yeah, it's something a bit different for today. Ferrari Liberty doesn't look too bad. So you can see the Nano on the bottom of your screen there, where the halo is. So yeah, a little bit different. So I thought it looks... I don't mind it, but... So I thought I'd be okay with it, and all that. So coming towards this train right in front of me, some guys got connection issues. It's a bit weird. I turned a little bit too early there, so that was a mistake for me. So yeah, so not all the momentum on the straight, but that's okay. But it's not the end of the world, so it's not too bad. So I got some connection issues. Yeah, a little bit wide there, but just trying to. Yeah, just a little bit, well, just trying to get back into trying to get back into my zone, so, from the first 2 laps. So yeah, just coming towards here, trying to make sure trying to avoid the curves as much as I can around Sandford, because he do catch you out sometimes. And now I've got a warning there, so didn't mean to do that on purpose. Well, I've turned a little bit too early. Some of these guys got connection issues. Managed to get DRS on those guys. Yeah, maybe they got... I think they're just left out of nowhere, really. And then I got my second warning already. So, one more warning, I would get a 5-second penalty. So, 5-second penalty or something. So, yeah, the first 3 laps was not going the way I wanted. And then that guy is pitting already, so I guess he has damage or something like that. So he might have damage, I'm not sure yet. So yeah, so I managed to gain a few places, into 8th place right now. So I'm in the top 10, not too bad. Now I'm stuck behind this, now I've got my teammate right in front of me. He's a little bit all over the place. I thought I had an opportunity there, but I decided to back out because I want to get tangled. And then I managed to get the inside here. He turned a little bit too early, but luckily I got the turn. And then suddenly he was fighting back before the next DRS zone. Trying to use my EOS, but I decided, well, he's got the DRS, so there's no point. So he's managed to get back ahead of me. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck behind my teammate. So I'm just trying to do the best I can. So we've got another person on the banking there. So that puts me to P7 right now. I think some of the guys are pitting. Some of the back markers are pitting because they got damage or changing tyres maybe onto the hards. I don't know, maybe like that. So for me, it's always a one stop, always a leading through softs. Every time I do a 25% race, I always do soft. Soft to me is the best way to go, really. You don't need the hard tyres in the 25%. If you only use hard tyres if it's a 50% race. Wow. So I'm still stuck behind this Ferrari for about a lap now. So I started to get past him here. Luckily I managed to get alongside him. I decided to close the door here, just trying to get ahead. I was ahead of him, so I managed to get ahead of him, so I managed to get past him onto this back straight. He did spun around. Well, he should have just backed out. That's what he should have done. But I mean, I was ahead of him anyway, so not much I can do there. It's not kind of my fault. So now I finally got into 6th place. Now I can finally catch the others from recover. From that first 3 laps trying to recover. As this race is going along, as you can see by the title of the vid note, is do you think 24 races is a bit too much on the Canada next year in 2023? Or even in the future, like in a few years' time, if it being like 24 races or even 25 races, maybe, I don't know. It feels like it for me, 24 races on next year's Canada, or 24 races, or something like that, feels like it's a bit too much for me. It feels like 24 races is a bit too much. Feels like it's kind of on the limit. So I'm not sure what. I mean, I'm not the organizer of the Canada, because if I was, I wouldn't put 24 races on the Canada. I'll just do 20 races once a year. Every 20 races, I could do like I could drop to like maybe 18 races, like back in the day. It was like 18 races, and then 20 races is actually fine a few years ago. And now I've got 24 races next year. It feels a bit too much for some people. Maybe some people maybe alright with it, and then some people think it's too much. For me, I say it's a bit too much and need to get rid of 2-3 races to make it a bit easier on the Canada. I mean, thank God they got Spa on next year's Canada, because if there's no Spa on next year's Canada, I mean, this ain't F1 anymore, because Spa is a really good track. So, I mean, it's a legendary track. I mean, that would be ridiculous if they got rid of it. That would be like, yeah, it's ain't F1. It's not F1 anymore. But luckily, it was on next year's Canada. So thank God for that. So thank God for that. So the thing is about that is the summer break. So Spa is before the summer break. So I found that a bit weird. And then when you do Sandford on next year's Canada, that's after the summer break. So it's a bit weird. But I first Spa as the second half of the season after the summer break. That's what I prefer. But I don't know why it's after this. I don't know why it's before the summer break. Normally Hungary, or sometimes like maybe it's just Hungary. It's where the summer break began after the first half of the season. It inspires is to kick off the second half of the season after the summer break for 3-4 weeks. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's what it is really. It's a bit strange on next year's Canada. I found it a bit strange and a bit too much. Something like that. So you still got Silverstone in Great Britain. You still got Red Bull Ring at Austria. You still got Interlagos at Brazil. That's not too bad. You got Asuka as well in Japan. So it's still on there. So it's great. You still got Monza. You've got the Hungaroring at Hungary as well, in Italy. You got Imola as well. You got 2 in Italy. Imola is a very good track, so not too bad. And also Zandvoort is still on there, and also at the Dutch GP. Zandvoort's still on next year's Canada, and also I'm doing the race for today in this video. So well, I said it earlier. So just for fun, as always, I do on multiplayer. Yeah, what else they got? They got some of the other tracks I know. Some of the street circuits like Baku, Singapore, and Jeddah as well. I mean, Jeddah is not going to be on it next year. It's going to be somewhere else next year in Saudi Arabia. So it's not going to be Jeddah again. So it's going to be somewhere else. So they're putting another one. But I don't know where it is. But I have to wait and see on that. So I'll keep an eye on it on the internet or something. Australia, Albert Park's still there, so it's great. We've got Catalonia as well in Spain, still there, so nothing can do there. We've got Abu Dhabi as usual. We've got Bahrain as usual. Speaking of Bahrain, there is another desert race not far from Bahrain. I mean, they had it in 2021 in last year's season because of COVID-wise. They got the Ukta, well, where that country is. That's going to be next year's on next year's Canada in 2023. They did race in 2021, and and also MotoGP takes place there once a year, so that's kind of a MotoGP circuit almost. They used to race MotoGP there for, I think it's like the first race of the season, I don't know, something like that. So that is going to be on next year's Canada at that circuit, I think, because they did use it once. I would say, I'm not sure if they're going to use it or not, but it turns out they are going to use it on the Canada next year. So because of the World Cup is this year in 2022, they're not using it in 2022 because of the World Cup. So that's why the World Cup in football is going to take place this year. That's why it's not doing it this year. That's why it's taking place next year in 2023. So that's new. That is a new track. That is another track. They have been there before, but it's kind of, if it's on the game, that kind of be a new track for me on 2023. What else they got? They got Miami, Circuit Americas. We've got Mexico again, something like that. Got Canada as usual. That's not too bad at Montreal. That's a nice track to drive on. And speaking of US America, they got this another street circuit. I think everyone knows it by now. Las Vegas. So they got 3 USAs on next year's Canada. They got Circuit Americas. They got Miami, had it last year, and now we got Las Vegas on next year's Canada. Another street circuit. So yeah, Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm not sure about Las Vegas, but another street circuit, another new street circuit, and another circuit I said earlier I haven't tried yet. And also, speaking of circuits, the Chinese Grand Prix in China didn't have it since 2019. The Chinese Grand Prix is back on the calendar next year at Shanghai. So yeah, so if you like this circuit, that's fine by me. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's good to have China back on the calendar since 2019 because of COVID-wise, happened in 2020-wise, and all that. So yeah, so that's all this I have to say about the countries. Yeah, so I feels like for me 24 races is a bit too much. The thing is all about the circuits around the world, best circuits around the world. I mean, that's what I was thinking of. Need to bring good tracks like Hockenheim, Malaysia, Turkey. What's the other good tracks apart from those 3? I think those 3 need to come back on the Canada next. Well, definitely, hopefully for sure. I wish money wasn't a thing nowadays, because if it wasn't for money, we would have bring good tracks back, like Hockenheim and all that. I mean, and also the French Grand Prix is not there anymore. They got rid of the French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard, so that's another one is different. So they got rid of the French Grand Prix, so because of some others as well. So they got rid of France. They got rid of France next year, or next year's Canada, and also they got luckily they kept Spa instead of France, because I think I prefer racing around Spa than France. Yeah, so like that. So yeah, so that is for next year's Canada. So for 2023, what do you guys think about the Canada? Do you think 24 races is too much, or you think it's a right limit, or you think it's okay, or you think you're happy with it? Just let me know in the comments if you think it's too much or not. So I'm saying on my point of view it's a bit too much. Feels like 20 races or 21 races is kind of what I want, kind of the way I wanted. So that'd be nice on the Canada every year. But it turns out 24 races is the way to go. So nothing to do there. So yeah, so that's the title for the Fiddler, back to next year's Canada. What are my thoughts about on next year's Canada. Feels like it's a bit too much, but yeah, I mean, some of them got new street circuits and a new circuit I haven't tried before. If it's on the game next year, maybe give it a try and see how it feels. Yeah, it feels about, yeah, it's all about, we need good tracks. That's what we need. We don't, I wish money wasn't a thing. I mean, I wish money wasn't the thing nowadays. I mean, I wish tracks was a thing. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. That's what it is really in real life. It's all about the money. It's all about the money these days. I don't know. That's what it is really. So I'm gonna stop talking about Canada, because I'll be like a little bit annoyed, but I'll calm down a little bit and then think about what to do from there, or something like that. So yeah, so back in this race, I had stopped about a lap ago, so I decided to go longer on the mediums, because I want to keep my soft tyres as fresh as I can to the end, and then get more grip at the end. I'm in the top 5 right now, battling for P3 right in front of me in the Mercedes. So, and then the P2 is not that far away, and the leader is about 10-15 seconds up the road. So as you can see on the map, the leader is at the bank turn right now, on the main straight right now. So we're about 15 seconds behind the leader. So yeah, so I have no chance to catch the leader from there. I'm having a chance for P3 though. So I'm lifting off because I'm ran out of fuel on the last few laps. So I'm lifting, coasting on the turn 1, some of the corners, so I can lift off through there. Yeah, so I thought my feel was okay, but it turns out I just need a tiny bit more, and then I'll be alright, and I will attack them. So I'm still trying I am not giving up for P3, so I am trying to get a podium, but I just need to be patient a little bit, see if the fuel is fine for 3 laps, and I'll be okay to move on from there. So, still behind the Mercedes guy, who's on Xbox. He's on Xbox, and then we've got another Xbox player in P2. And they've got some Xbox players, a couple of PCs as well, you might saw. And then I'm only on PlayStation. I think there's a couple of PlayStations in there. So, on there, so yeah, not too bad.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
So I'm just checking my on the radio, see if how much fuel I've got. It turns out I've got enough for 3 laps. So I decided to attack him on this lap at the end of that 15, round the outside at turn 1, and I managed to get the move done before turn 2 and 3. So I got into P3, so that is kind of what I was doing. Luckily I got enough fuel. Luckily I saved a little bit for 2 laps. And now I've got to try to attack the Alfa Romeo in P2. And the leader is on PlayStation as well, so, and he has the fastest lap at the moment, so what I'm doing is try to catch up to the P2 guy and just doing, maybe trying to get the fastest lap as well at the same time, so just for fun. Trying to avoid the curves as I can, because you get catch you out sometimes, because when I did this a few times, it catch you out straight away, so I had to practice a little bit. I'll say practicing a little bit, but and then also learning at the same time. So make sure where I need to turn, brake, and all that. So coming towards the end, lap 16, only 2 laps remaining. The fuel is almost ran out on the limit. As we cross, managed to set the fastest lap of the race, a 13.4. So I'll just set the fastest lap of the race on lap 16. So I am the fastest guy on track at this stage. But the fuel is on the limit, so I had to do NIF and coasting a little bit. So I can see P2 right in front of me, but I still need to do NIF and coasting. This bit here I can nip off here, just do the turning, and I have to worry about using the brakes. And then I had to use the brakes a bit just to slow down and all that. So coming towards this back straight, I haven't got the DOS on this guy, but I think he has, but I just need to be calm a little bit. And doing the best I can. I am getting closer, but if I had a little bit more fuel, I would have been much closer. I would have been right on his rear. Maybe try get second place at turn 1 or something. I think that's kind of the best overtaking spot, really. So I had a little bit of damage there, but I mean, it was going alright, and then I made a mistake going a little bit too wide on the wall. So yeah, so I was doing alright till that point, and then that's what happens, really. I didn't make a mistake, it's just I went a bit too wide. So I was just trying to get close to the wall, so I mean I wasn't even on a quali lap, so all I'm doing now is try recover from just trying to bring it home, really. So from at least I've got P3 though and the fastest lap, so it's not too bad, but I'll take that all day. So yeah, so not too bad from 19th and also last on that one, and also up to P3 right now. So yeah, so I have to nip off a little bit through here, so I'm trying to get past this back marker. And this guy who won, so fair play to him. As we come towards the last corner, the second place guy is just slowed down. It turns out he had ran out of fuel, I think, if I get that correctly. So it turns out he's ran out of fuel at the end. So it puts me to P2. So I'll take that all day from 19th on the grid. So yeah, so that is a race at Sandford for this one, just for fun, and it was nice to get P2. I did get a fast lap of the race though, so I'm quite pleased with that, so no issues at all there. So yeah, so that's it for me for today. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also turn notifications as well, so you don't miss the next video, so see more fitness like this. And also, I'll see you guys next time. See you guys around, and hope you for more F1 22. And hope you guys have a nice day, enjoy your day, and see you later.